Hey everybody, this is Mr. Marshall here at Stony Lane. I have a wonder video for you today that's going to teach you some stuff. It's going to teach you some things to wonder about geography. Okay, so geography is the study of places and how those places look on a map. Okay, let me show you something. This is the United States of America, and these are the 48 states that are called the contiguous states. That means they're states that touch other states. And then we have two states that are far away from other states, Alaska and Hawaii, right? And so I have another video where I showed you some stuff about this, and I have a lot of wonder videos about Alaska because I went there with my family. Anyway, so last time we talked about how the states on the east side and the states on the west side have sort of a different shape to them. But today I want to teach you to notice something that you can wonder about the shapes of the states that look like there's a state and there's a big piece that's like sticking out of it. Okay, and we call that a panhandle. A panhandle. A panhandle is just like what it sounds like. You know, when you're cooking on a pan, like with a pan, there's a handle for you to hold so that you can, flip the pan or whatever, right? And so there's states that look like they have a big panhandle sticking out of them. Let me show you what I mean. So this is a state that I showed you in my other video. Like, wow, who came up with the shape to this state? Like, the thing is, there's land all around this. So somebody decided that, I want that piece of land sticking up out on the top. And over here, right, it looks like it's a panhandle. Like, you could grab West Virginia and hold it, like, right there. I'll show you another one. This is the state of Idaho, which is in the northwest. We get a lot of potatoes from Idaho. And up here, it looks like this is sticking out, and like this is the state. Most of the state is down here, and I believe most of the people like live here. I'm not sure, but I think so. And then there's a panhandle up here, right? Let me show you another one. This is Florida, right? Here's Florida, and all this above here is land. They could have just said, okay, guys, Florida is over right here, and then this would belong to another state called Alabama. But nope, they decided that this was going to belong to Florida too. It's like a big panhandle. There's another one that has a pretty big panhandle. This is Oklahoma. This is right above Texas. And so it looks like this is the state. But there's this long strip of land that they could have easily given to Texas or to one of the other states that are nearby. But they said, nope, this is going to all be Oklahoma. Sorry. Right? One more. This has a smaller panhandle. This is Connecticut, right? It's got a teeny tiny panhandle. But it looks like there's all this like Connecticut here, but there's a little piece right here that could have easily gone to New York, right? But it's part of Connecticut. Okay. So sometimes states have a panhandle. Sometimes states have other parts that are kind of like little bumps. They stick out from the rest of the state. And sometimes they're attached and sometimes they're not even attached. Let me show you what I mean. This is Kentucky, right? And here's all of this Kentucky, and there's this one little dot down here. Do you see it? That's called the Kentucky Bend. And the Kentucky Bend isn't even attached to Kentucky, right? It isn't even attached to Kentucky, right? It's like separate. This is Missouri, which is right near Kentucky. And down here, there's this little part that they decided to add. Like, it could have been a nice straight line, but this is called the boot heel of Missouri. Why is that there? Right? Pennsylvania has this part up here by Lake Erie that could have easily gone to New York, but there's this little triangle up on top. Wait, there's more. Like this one, Minnesota. This is up in the north, and it goes straight. Above it is Canada. And so they said, okay, sorry, Canada, this one little piece is still ours. So this went on, and this is all Canada, and this is Canada, but they said this part is still going to be Minnesota. I heard that somebody made a mistake, and that's how that happened. But can you believe that? And here's one more. This state looks really strange, right? Because it's not even that there's a bump. This state just has like a weird shape. This is Michigan. Michigan is also in the north. And look, here's a lot of Michigan, and they added this other part. These are the Great Lakes here. There's water in between. You can't even go by car unless you cross a bridge, right? to this other part called the Upper Peninsula, right? Like, who decided? Like, there's all land over here. Like, Wisconsin is over here. This is the Great Lake, but over here, this is attached to Wisconsin, and then Minnesota's like right next to it. Okay, who decided that this would belong to Michigan instead of one of those states? Okay, so that's something that you can wonder about. Why do these states look the way they do? That's something that you can read about, or you can go on the internet. There's lots of really cool things about how states get their shapes. There's this series that I watched called How the States Got Their Shapes, and it was really cool. It was very interesting to me. And that can teach you a lot about the history of our country, or the geography of our country, or the way people live in this huge country of ours, right? It can be something that you talk to someone who's maybe traveled a lot, who might know a lot about it, and that can teach you a whole lot of things about our world. Okay? So why don't you do that, and I'll see you next time.